Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. Whether you are a returning viewer or a new viewer, welcome. I am going to go through a few things that I've got done and then we'll talk. If you're new here, I'm going to warn you. I knit, I crochet, I sew, but I do talk a lot. So honey, if that's not your thing, I will not be mad if you click off. If you stay, I hope you do. You might end up thinking, okay, she's not as bad as she portrayed herself to be. I am. I talk a lot. Okay, so today, I did a live, I want to say Saturday. No, I was planning to do my live Saturday. I didn't. I did it Sunday. And, let me tell you, I was working on some of my scraps and doing my granny squares and whatnot. And so apparently I have sewing thread all over my squares. Imagine that. But these are just some of the squares that I had lined in. And it's just a simple closed or solid granny square. And I lined them in black. And I think what I'm going to do is line some in black, some in white, and maybe some in gray. And see, this one, I ran out of my scrap black, so I have plenty more. I'm not even going to lie. I have plenty more blacks. My 3 staple colors, or 4 staple colors, is red, black, white, and gray. Because I use a lot of red. But I'm a Georgia girl. I mean, I know I'm wearing a Texas shirt, but see, a friend of mine lived in El Paso, Texas when her husband was stationed there. And she sent me this and she said, I know your mom loves Texas, so I'm sending her one and you one. And she sent me and my mom one. I thought it was sweet. Now, these have not had the extra layer put on, or the extra round put on. Now I think I'm definitely going to use black or gray on that one. And I was just grabbing different little random colors. And when I say random, I mean random. Now I have an entire bag here of ones I'd already done, but they were in my tote, because what I'm wanting to do is use up all my extra scraps and make a granny square blanket, or 3, because I think I'm going to have enough here. Well, I probably have enough now to do a decent throw size, and I'll just donate that, just like I'll talk about the donation thing later, because I have some ideas, y'all. I have some ideas. Alright, well, before I was working on those on the live Sunday. For those of you who weren't there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and start. Today is Wednesday, so you're seeing this tomorrow. I won't start today. I may do a Saturday live and then a Wednesday. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'll figure that out, though. And I'll let you know. I might post a video about it just so that I can reach everybody, because I've noticed that when I put post up on the community tab, it doesn't reach a whole lot of people. So I don't know if it sends you notifications or not. Most of the time it sends y'all notifications when I pop up a video. So even if it's a 5-minute video saying, hey guys, I'm going to do a live Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, or I'm going to do a live Wednesday at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern time. I might do a little bit later on a Wednesday. I don't know. Because I don't want it to run into dinner time. So, what do y'all think? I mean, should I do it later? Because if I do it later, I don't know. There's going to be problems no matter which way I do it. Honestly. But anyway, I did finish another market bag. Now, this is a Stephanie Z pattern. And I will link her down in this. I'll link the tutorial down in the description. This is my by far favorite market bag pattern. And I know they're not selling on my website, but I still love to make them. And I'm not making them as much as I used to, because if they're just going to pile up, you know, I'm going to have to start giving them away as gifts to my family and stuff here soon. But this one is the Ahoy and Lily Sugar and Cream, and then the Sage. Now, the only thing that I don't like, I don't know if this was Sage or Teal. I always get them two mixed up. This was Teal. Sorry. Sage is the lighter one. And I have this in a cone, and I don't have the Sage in cone. The only thing I have the Sage in. Oh. No. I do have a Sage in a cone. I had to look up there and like, whoops. But anyway, this is Teal because I remember with it, the dye coming off on my fingers as I was working with it. So I have to set these colors. Now, if you do crochet with a color that bleeds, you can color set them with vinegar and Epsom salt. I actually have a video. I'll put that down below too. Or you can use color catchers. I know that's very common for a lot of people. But I don't want to wash these in anything that might cause an allergic reaction in anybody who buys it. So, and I don't know, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, that there's really an allergy to vinegar that I used to set it. I could be wrong. Now there is sometimes because if it dries and I still smell vinegar, I'll wash it again. I mean, I'll rinse it out again, because I'm not going to have somebody bringing home something that smells like vinegar. I'm just not. Alright, so the other day I told y'all there was a couple new things that I wanted to show y'all. That was my crochet. I'm actually working on another market bag, and I've been working on this market bag for a minute because I had started knitting. Where's the band? It's not in my bag. Great. Oh. I was wondering where my other 4.5 millimeter went. It was in the bag with this, because I had to find another one this morning when I was working on this. But I want to say it's not Sunset Ombre. I don't want to get up to go look. But I started knitting it for a hand towel, and I did not like how the colors were falling in the hand towel. And I have made a market bag of this one, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a market bag, and we're going to call it done. So I'm using this, but for the border and the handles, I believe it's beach glass. Yeah, I have beach glass. Back when they were supposedly discontinuing it, and they never did. But hey, that was a hot minute ago. But now it's back, so I don't know. I mean, they go back and forth whether they're clearancing something out because they're going to discontinue it, or... And the only reason I don't reach for this one as much is because I do have to kind of pull it off. And yes, I know I could have frogged this and caked it back up. But why go through the extra effort? Probably because it's not the one I reach for, because I have to keep pulling it off. Alright, so, sorry. I just started crocheting, but that's it for the crochet. I still have my knitting, and I showed on the live the second sock that I had started, but this is the sock. This is what the sock will look like. And this is just a plain vanilla sock. I do 1x1 rib for 11 rounds, and then I do a stockinette for 45 rounds. Then I do a no wrap, no turn heel, short row heel, and then I do 58 stockinette rows before I start decreasing for my toes. And then I Kitchener stitch my toe together. But I love how this color is coming out. I really do. This is the Premier Yarn Sugar Saki, and of course the band is in the bag with the sock that I'm currently, the second sock that I'm making. But I don't remember. I'm gonna tell you. It's not even 9 o'clock, y'all, and I'm exhausted. I am so tired. It's like I have ran my entire day, which I kind of have. I've been trying this little workout because I'm trying to combat the poundage that is coming back on me. But it's not a long workout. I think it's like 7 minutes, and then maybe double that after the warm up and then the cool down. But anyway, I told y'all the other day, squirrels, I know y'all. I know. If you are one of my regular viewers, you know. Thank you for loving me, even though I talk a lot. Alright, so here is some sewing. Not counting all the sewing, because I do have Fatima and Dulcie's bag to send out today. Beth Ann's, I still have to make her second bag. So there's going to be more sewing, or there is more sewing, but, you know. Anyway, so Chelsea at She Sews Seams. Before I left on my trip, she posted a video of her making a heatless curl doohickey. I don't know what you call it. I'll call it a doohickey because I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so I did one, but I was messing up, and I realized the day before we left that I messed up, and so I started to try to fix it, and it just made it a hot mess. So I was not able to take it on my trip. But I thought it would be really, really cute to have it, because you see this? Y'all see this? It's straight as a board. It doesn't curl well. So, I mean, you see that this little bitty curl I have to do literally 5 minutes before I come on camera, or else it would be stuck, slapped to my forehead. And I don't like it to be stuck to my forehead, because to me that just makes it look dirty. If it doesn't have any fullness, it gets really thin and stringy looking. And my hair is so fine and thin, it looks stringy without even trying. And to me, stringy looks dirty. Forgive me. I know, I'm weird. But anyway, this is, and I will try to remember to link. Hold on. Let me write it, because if I don't write it, I will forget. Oops. Link Chelsea. Heatless. There we go. Link Chelsea Heatless. I'll leave myself a note to remember. Alright, so when I got home, it sat here on my work table, and I'm not even gonna lie. I just now did it Friday of last week. I haven't tried it yet, and I want to, but I keep forgetting. But basically, the premise is you wrap your hair around it, like such, or something like that. I know this is a very poor example, but you wrap your hair around it, and then you put it over your head, and then you sleep in it like that. And My mom used to do rag curls for me, and I liked the rag curls more than I liked those. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The little pink foam with the after you rolled it and you had to do the clip. Yes, Lord, them things hurt my head. I don't care how much. Those or the black ones with the bristles sticking out. The bristles, actually, she had to stop using those because they would grab my hair, and since it's so fine and thin, it would tangle so bad. Oh, I kind of wish we had had this, because this gives those long, big waves versus the tight curls that those pink foam ones gave you. But yes, I love this thing. I love the idea of this thing. All right, so basically, I had a remnant from work back when I worked at Joann, and I had a little remnant of this. It looks like bridal silk or satin. I don't even know what it was, but I thought, I brought it home thinking I might use it as accent on, you know, a clothing item. I ended up using it as a hairdo hickey. Hairdo hickey. I'm sorry, y'all. And then after I did all the cuts and sewed it and everything, I stuffed it with polyfill. So that gives it that little that little bendability. But anyway, we will see. I will keep y'all updated to see if I do like how this turned out. And these are, of course, just the straps to be able to basically, you'll wrap it around your head like that. Well, wrap it around your head like that. And then these can come around the front and tie together so that it doesn't get tied up in the back of your hair, you know? And I don't have it done tight properly to fit my head right this moment because it's not on my head. Yeah, I'm definitely tired. Oh, I told hubby, I said, we're going to have to get that bed and quick. So, we're definitely going to have to be getting the bed and getting the car. Oh, I want to show y'all this first. Tina sent me this. And Chelsea actually has that saying. And now, I don't know if this is Chelsea's. Tina, you'll have to tell me. I can't remember if you said this was Chelsea's motto. I mean, I know it's Chelsea's motto. I just don't know if it's... Chelsea stickers, because Chelsea does sell, Chelsea at She Sews Seams does sell stickers. But the irony is, I'm going to insert a clip here or here of this. Actually, no, I'm not going to cut it here. I'm just going to cut into the that clip. The irony is seriously real. Tina, thank you, my darling, had sent me this. It's a sticker of a seam ripper, and it says, "No regrets, just lessons." And I got it while I was having to rip out this Amazing Grace bag that I did back when I did Brandy's bags. But as you can see, I did one of mine upside down. So I am having to dissect the entire bag to get it right. Because while it could have been an oopsie bag, we're not going to go with a religious bag and the upside down cross, because that has negative connotations in it and yeah, all that fun stuff. So I just figured I would take this clip and say the irony is strong. But the sticker is right. No regrets, just lessons. See what I mean? It fit the day that I got that. Okay, so Tina, thank you. I do love my little sticker. I don't know where I'm gonna put it though. I don't have a whole lot of stickers, so I don't know. I'll have to find somewhere to put it. Because actually I could put it right there on my sewing box, or on my cart that holds my sewing box. Might have to angle it slightly, but yeah. And in fact, I was using this seam ripper that my old boss at Joanne had made for me from a friend of hers down in I'm gonna try to block my eyes so it can focus in on that. She had it made from by a friend of hers down in Florida when she went on vacation, and when she came back she gave that to me. That's for everything went to heck in a handbasket. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something that has nothing to do with knitting, crochet, or sewing. Y'all had to know I probably would dip into this at one time. I think I even told y'all that before I finished playing Fishland or something on Temu. I stopped playing it because I stopped getting free stuff. But this was one of the last, or these, I have, I think 3 of these. Yes, I do. I have 3 of these. But I had won 4 items, or 5 items, and I was able to collect those things over a 7-day period or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, I went ahead and got this one, and I'm going to show y'all. Look how pretty that is. Now, I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, and I want to keep it far enough back to where you can see the whole thing. But I really, 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 really enjoyed doing this. This right here, and this is, hold on, let me see, let me measure it. Now, just the beaded part, or the diamond dotted part, it looks like it's 10 by 10. So, not a whole lot, so it is a little pixelated. That was one of the things that because I went on Amazon about a year or 2 ago, looking at these things, wanting to do some, especially when a friend of mine posted on Facebook of a little dragon one she found on Amazon. She didn't give me the link or anything. She just said, search dragon diamond dots on Amazon. That took me down a rabbit hole. A rabbit hole. But I really enjoyed this when I needed a break. I know that sounds so weird. I have so many crafts. I didn't need a new one. But this is like puzzles to me. It's not like I'm going to do them often. In fact, I did this one, I want to say 3 weeks ago. And I found that I couldn't stop. Much like when I start my bags. Or when I start sewing my project bags, or I start making a market bag. I was listening to an audiobook. It was in A Court of Thorn and Roses series. It was the last one, A Court of Silver Flames. But I was listening to that one while I was finishing this up, because I think that audiobook is like 24 hours long. But I really enjoyed doing this. And it's gorgeous. And I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to put a glass front on it, but I think I might get an open frame with some matting or something, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to find a 10 by 10 frame to put it in. But I would like to, because it's pretty enough. It's pretty enough to hang up. Although, I don't know that I would be able to hang it in here, because what little vertical space I have, open. Maybe I'm probably going to construct some kind of panel with my pegboard so that I can move this rack and lift up my table, move this rack, and then take all my, because I have extra down here, all my drawstring, what do you call them, y'all? What are these things? Spools. Thank you. I knew y'all would help me. Good job. But I have some on my black rack right now. But I think what I want to do is take them and put them up on the wall because the black rack is going to be going. I don't know if it's going to completely go. It's going to go out of this room, I know. Because I knew this was going to happen. Y'all told me this was going to happen. I feel like I'm running out of room. And that rack, even though it holds a ton of stuff, I think what I'm going to do is when I elevate this table, I have to take them back, unfortunately, and get replacements because they sent them to me broke. And this one's broke right up there where it holds the actual thing. These are nothing but bed risers from Walmart. But it will raise this, because this is one of those plastic white 6-foot tables, like a lot of people use in craft fairs and stuff. This one is not the foldable one. I've had this for going on 15, probably 20 years. Back when I did my jewelry. And, you know, I still have all my jewelry stuff too over there. But, this is what I use to cut my cloth and every pattern, whether it's my project bags, whether it's my clothing. I need it higher. Because even though I am working on my back, trying to strengthen my back, it still hurts. And I know part of that is the bed, but if I can stop from having to bend over this table, it will be a blessing. So I thought, okay, put these on. And then those 9 cube shelves, I didn't get 9 cubes. I got 6 cube so that they're just about the width of my table, so I can put them underneath the ends of my table. And with them being on these risers, that'll be the perfect height for them to slide up under the end of the tables, so that I'm not really putting weight on those shelves. I'm putting it on these risers. But like I said, these were broke. I did it on the Walmart pickup stuff, and I didn't realize until yesterday. I did this Monday, and I didn't realize till the next day, Tuesday, yesterday. I'm getting my days mixed up, y'all. So I went to go put these, because I had these project bags that were custom request. I wanted to go ahead and get them cut, and I was going to put these up under there, and I went to go undo them, and I realized this one was cracked right there. And I'm like, my table's not super heavy, but I don't know if I want to chance it. And then as I seen it, I went like that, and my finger caught that broken piece, and I'm like, oh wait, that's broken. That's broken. Oh wow, wait, this is, I'm just now seeing this too. It's broke on this side as well. So since both of our cars are still broke down, I might have to see if my daughter-in-law will take me to Walmart today and exchange that so that I can get them. I'm so sorry. So I can get them risen up. And then when I do that, the stuff that's in that black thing will go in these two. And I think that'll give me more real estate in the floor. And I know that doesn't sound that important, but y'all know how I was telling you that I wanted to make the replacement for this. Out of the plywood and the Insul Bright and cotton batting and all. And what I want to do is have the table up high enough to where I could just slide it right here. So when I need it, I can just pull it out and we're good. Now the only problem that I can foresee is with it being elevated. Because it would be elevated. I mean, basically. So put that right there. It's going to be this high. Okay. I'm not going to be able to really work on it like that. So what I might have to do is I have in my room I have a older writing table style desk that I could probably no, that it's not slidable. So I was about to say so that I could slide underneath the table when I'm standing up working and then pull it out when I'm wanting to work. I don't know. I will figure something out. But I do think that those two will give me extra room. I know that sounds weird because I'm losing all of the storage on that that rack. But those other free Temu things I got that it's basically shoe organizers. The yarn that's on that black rack, I can put on that. Because only one shelf of that black rack is fabric. And that'll fit, gosh, that'll fit in half of the 6 cube, I think. Maybe. Might take up the whole 6 cube. If it does, then I'll still have an entire open 6 cube for extra fabric that I just have kind of stuffed around. This is driving me insane. I know. I just like everything organized and in its place. I can't help it. But my next one is a dragon, but it's not the dragon that I was looking for when my friend Amanda posted hers on Facebook. I'll show y'all that when I finish it. I haven't started it yet, and I'm trying to restrict myself from starting it. Okay. I think that's all crafty stuff that I have to show y'all. Maybe. Okay. So, if you've stayed that long, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I know I'm trying to keep this a little shorter than it has been lately because these hour-long ones, I know some of you like it, but a lot don't. So I'm trying to give everybody a little something that they like. Because, you know, some people don't want to sit here for an hour and listen to me yap. Some people want to see the stuff and go. And that's totally fine. I get it. I mean, that's what these channels are for. Well, that's what I want mine to be for. I want it to be a stepping stone for building a community. Because I really believe that in this day and age, with so much negativity in the crafting community, whew, y'all, I am getting hot. But just the negativity, I want somebody to come and have a place to where they can enjoy hanging out with me, seeing some crafts. You know, hopefully I'm filling that niche. But I do have some ideas coming down the thought process pike, or the turnpike, whatever you want to say. I'll probably get more into that in the next video, because I do want to do a little bit of research. Now, as for the project that I was hinting at in the live, I've not started it yet, but when I do, y'all are going to be with me every step of the way. And then there's these other projects that I want to do. Oh, Cheesy Pete. There's not enough time, y'all. Because there's two things I want to get started. One is a charity thing for, and Tina just clued me into this. I think it was dresses for girls. Let me find out more about that, and I will tell y'all about that. But from what I gathered from Tina, it was making dresses for girls here in the U.S. or even in other countries, so that they have something pretty to wear, and I thought that was so nice, because think about it. If you're a little girl and your family is in poverty, and you don't get anything new, or you don't have anything pretty, and someone just says here and gives you a nice, frilly, pretty little dress. Now, I would not have been that girl, because I didn't like dresses growing up. Now I love them. But I was the stereotypical tomboy. But I was raised with 3 brothers. Actually, technically 5 brothers. I'm going to say a bad word on here. Not in a derogatory sense, because it is true. It is a label that I had growing up. Actually, I'm not going to say the word, because I don't know if YouTube will smack me or not. But it starts with a B, and it pertains to the person who is born out of wedlock. Okay? Though technically I wasn't. My mom ended up getting married as she was pregnant with me. But I wasn't my stepdad's daughter, so yeah, that's convoluted. But my biological father, my mom and him weren't married. My mom was single when she got pregnant with me. And my biological father has 2 sons, so they're my half-brothers. So technically, and I saw them a lot growing up. Now, as I got older, it was once a year. But, when I mean older, I mean like the time I was 10. Yeah, from 10 on, I saw them only once a year. But anyway, so with so many boys, and that's 5 brothers total, there was no wonder I grew up as a tomboy, okay? Climbing trees and fishing, and yeah, I was a tomboy. I'm not going to deny. But anyway, squirrel moment, sorry. The purpose of trying to explain that was, even though I would not have appreciated that growing up, I do think it's something that would bring a little girl so much joy to have something so pretty, frilly, new, and all hers. Because I was that girl. Not that would want the dress, but even if it had been given to me, it still would have brought me so much joy, because it was something I didn't have, couldn't afford, never had. Because my mom couldn't afford to clothe me in new stuff, and that's fine. I had hand-me-downs, I had thrift store clothes, I had Salvation Army clothes, whatever. But just to be able to bring that joy to a little girl, I'm so excited. So that may be some of the things that I start working on, and I'll be probably showing y'all from time to time. Like I said, I need to do more research on it, because I have not been making very many scarves for the seniors like I normally do, because a little birdie told me the last time I dropped a bunch of them off that they weren't going into that program. So I don't know if that was mismanagement. So I didn't do it last year, because until I know for sure that these things are going to people that I want them to go to, I don't know that I'll go back and donate to that charity in that regard. Now, I'd still donate to them, you know, things from the house that they can put in their resale store. But the scarves and hats and gloves and stuff that I was making were for seniors who did not have family to take care of them and to supply them with warm clothing in the winter, whatnot. So that's what, because their senior program helps seniors out with food, clothing, all kind of stuff. So that's where I had intended for all my donations to go, and for the longest time that's where I think they went. But there were some changeovers at the charity to where I think someone new was in charge of the senior program, and maybe they didn't like crochet and knit. I don't know. But I've been looking for another charity to focus on it and to, you know, try to spend some of my time and effort on. So I'm really excited for that, and I'll give y'all more details about that if you're interested. But I think that's what it was called. So we'll see. But for now, I'm going to get off here because I need to find a ride to the post office, since, oh, actually no, Fatima, yours and Dulcie's should be able to go in the mailbox. But if my daughter-in-law is going to take me to Walmart to get these risers exchanged, I could just take those to the thing. But I had to quit yapping so that I can use my phone and ask her if she's got time or if I can use her card. So for y'all, try to find something that you enjoy doing today. You know, whatever it is, just try to find some little spark of joy, something that makes you smile, something that warms your heart. And I hope you have a great one. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.